Michael, just start off with injury situation. Obviously, it's been a problem all season long. There was certainly one big one, potential last weekend. What's the situation now? Obviously, Marcus Force went down last week.
Yeah, no, Marcus is fine. Yeah, he was all right. No problem.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So generally, how's the week been? Because I mean, reflecting on the Sunderland game, obviously a game you guys felt you should have won.
Yeah, we did. You can take some from that. We can obviously take the fact that we didn't as well. So we need to. We need to do better at that. Obviously, I think there's largely performances have been good, but we need to pick up points in order to be successful. So it's there was a lot of good things. I thought we played very, very well, especially second half, and controlled it for the most part. And frantic last 5 minutes after the goal came in, really. But other than that, the boys were good, and we'll take that into this week.
Just generally in your experience, how hard is it, sort of the art of closing games down, closing the door in a game when you're dominating it?
Yeah, that's the final bit, that's the ultimately that's what brings success, that's what wins your games. So it's there's a lot goes into a game of football, and to try to do it and to give yourself the best chance of doing it, and the boys have done that, as I said, largely for some time, and then we need to be maybe that little bit more ruthless, that little bit more clinical, that little bit more killing teams off when we're in a good position. But yeah, it's obviously not the easiest part, but it's something we need to improve on, sure.
Bristol City coming up, I imagine you've got to watch the match from last night. They went to extra time, they went to penalty, so a lot of energy taken out of them, but what did you make of them?
Yeah, no, they're a good team, and they're unlucky. They're a very good team, and they were very unlucky. That's 2 games they've played ever so well, and so yeah, feel for them for that respect. It's to go out in that way is never nice. So what will that mean for Saturday? I don't know. I don't really. I won't give it much thought. I think it's about, for us, it's focusing on what we can do over the next couple of days to be ready, and then what do we need to do to play well, and whatever the game throws at us, then we'll be ready for it. But yeah, I did genuinely feel sorry for them, because it's not easy to go out like that.
Looking where they are in the league table, they probably still have ambitions of cracking the top 6 as well. It just shows how tight and kind of how deep the division is, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. We've been saying it for a long time, and we'll be saying it for a little bit longer. Yeah, that is. Around the middle to kind of playoffs is very tight, and it's up to someone to kind of grab it and pick up the right amount of points over a period of time. So I've said it, for a bit of consistency kind of brings you success, something that we're working towards.
I suppose at this stage in a race as tight as this, you've got to make every advantage you've got count. So I mean, every home game, every home advantage, you want to make it count, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We treat every game the same, to be honest. Home, away. There's no easy games, in terms of advantage, whether it's an advantage or not. I think it's just about approaching the next game, and one step at a time. I think we can get caught looking too far ahead and ifs and buts and what you need to do this and what you need to do that, and it's about the here and now, and putting things together that we can have a good game Saturday and a good week after that.
So have you got the same sort of squad, or have you got anyone else possibly coming back this weekend?
Yeah, in and around the same squad. So we've got good options. Obviously we've got Riley, we've got Sammy backing around it, Sammy's backing it, so Riley's backing around it, so that's great to have them back.
And just finally, just another one about the league table really. How are you seeing it panning out? Are you seeing it being sort of similar to last year, where everything, playoffs, went down to the last couple of games?
Who knows? Who knows? I could sit and say anything right now, and part of it's guesswork. It's about and it's kind of irrelevant, really. It's for us to make sure we're in and around it, and give ourselves a chance. The only way of doing that's winning games and picking up points. So it's normally tight. It normally goes close. It normally goes. Hopefully, we can do great, and we can be done by then. But the chances are it probably will go long, yeah.
Thank you.
When you say that Michael Marcus is fit, that must be a relief, because I imagine the form he's been in since returning, it would have been a bit of a concern to see him go down on Sunday.
Yeah, it was just a bit of cramp, so it was no big deal really.
Yeah, and as we see, as he's returned in fine form, another goal for him. He's looked really sharp since coming back from his previous injury.
Yeah, he has. And I've said it to you a few times now. I think that's what he brings, Marcus. He's got an eye for goal. He's got a sense of space in the box and composure and balance to kind of to finish his chances off. You know, he's pretty clinical. So yeah, we'll obviously need a lot of that between now and the end of the season.
Yeah, and obviously at the moment a lot of kind of focus and attention on the centre forward area, and we have spoken that Marcus, you know, is an option there for you, but he spent most of his time under you on that right wing role, or the, you know, quite hybrid one. I mean, is it fair to say you like what he brings in that right hand position?
Yeah, that's why he's playing there really. He can play both. You know, he can play wide, he can play through the middle, he can play on the inside position, and I think he's been a real threat. And we've found ways to be dangerous on the last line, and Marcus is that, you know, and then drifts inside in and around the box and finds that space like he has done in recent weeks. So he's versatile, you know. He defends well, he presses well, and he knows that position pretty well now. So yeah, we're really pleased with what he's doing.
Yeah, it's because, you know, as we see, he's threats in the box. You know, he's a brilliant finisher, but he's not a conventional right winger, is he? He's not someone who's necessarily hugging the touchline. He's still able to get into them positions where he is a threat. Yeah,
he drifts in. I think he wants to be in and around it. He wants to be in and around the goal. It's his natural kind of instinct is to take him in there, and he's got a good sense of it when to arrive.
And moving on to Josh, how's Josh doing at the minute? Is he still in a position where he's kind of needing to be managed a bit with it?
Yeah, he is a little bit. Yeah, he obviously had a bit of small operation or a bit of treatment before Christmas to kind of see him through it, and then he's just been managing that a little bit, which we feel we've done all right. But he's getting through it, and he has good days and days when he struggles a little bit, so it's part of us managing it really in game to game, week to week.
Yeah, is it right just to ask what the operation was?
It was just a procedure on his groin. It wasn't even an operation, procedure on his groin.
Right, thank you. Yeah, just finally for me then, with that in mind and the striker situation, Kieran Scott did an interview this week and he mentioned free agents might be something that would be looked at. Is that a conversation you've had yet, and is there any kind of decision?
There's always conversations, yeah. There's no decision made on anything. I think it's there's always a lot of things coming to it, you know, and we're always open, our eyes are open. If there's something, an opportunity, and we feel it'll improve us or it'll help us or make things better, then yeah, of course we'll always look at it and we'll always take it. But it doesn't change today to what the plan was before, you know. It's ongoing, and sometimes things pop up that maybe you don't expect, and we'll act upon it.
Cheers. Senny or Isaiah, are either of them likely to be?
Izzy's further away. Senny's around it training. Yeah, he's back training, Senny.
And when you say about Riley there, I mean, how is he in terms of his fitness? Because obviously he had the layoff before he went away, and he didn't necessarily start all the time for Australia. So is that something being managed over there, and how is he now?
No, Riley's fine. He's fresh. He was finding form before he kind of left us, really, which was great to see him back. And you could feel him, and you looked back to himself. And he's come back fine, you know. He's managed to get some minutes. He's trained all the time, so yeah, there's definitely no issue there. It's just getting back up to speed, him and Sammy, and getting back around the group.
And Johnny did a piece this week where obviously, you know, he talked about various bits of things, but quite explicitly said this season's not going to be the end for him. He's still as hungry as ever. He'd love it to be here at Borough. I mean, firstly, just how what does it say about him that is his age? That's still his mindset, and he still wants it. And will it be like other seasons where those decisions are taken, you know, much later in the season when you know where you're at, you know what the rest of the squad's looking like? Yeah,
for sure. I think it just evolves and the timing comes into it. But you know, Johnny's done fantastic, and he's the example of how to prolong your career and how to look after yourself and what it takes to play at this level for so long. And so he's a real example for that, and he's a pleasure to have. The way he trains, the way he's available for so many games, and never likes missing anything. And So yeah, he's great. We'll have the discussions in weeks to come, but I think we're both pretty calm about things and relaxed and grown up enough that we'll sort things out.
And I know you've got a number of leaders in the squad, but is Johnny an important link between you and the rest of the squad, or is that a kind of old-fashioned way of looking at it now, the kind of skipper who comes in the manager's office?
No, it's important. Yeah, of course it's important. I think there's certain players you kind of lean on a little bit and speak and find their opinion, and they say it differently. They're in and around the changing room. Johnny's certainly that. He's the captain. He goes about it in his own way in terms of he's not screaming and shouting in your face, but he's very kind of thoughtful and understands what it takes. So yeah, of course we speak an awful lot and pick his brains, and we're in it together. We're all working together to find the right balance of how to be successful. And certainly the players have got a good opinion on that, and Johnny's the leader of them.
And just following up Craig's on Josh, I mean, from what you're saying, is there a likelihood that at some stage there's going to have to be a longer term fix to this, and you're basically trying to put that as far down the road as you possibly can because you need him at the minute? Is that
Not necessarily, no. Not necessarily at all. I think it's just managing. I think all boys have at some point during the season, or sometimes I can't remember that, playing the game when I'll be 100% fit. It's just kind of part of it and part of the managing it. And it's just, we're trying to make the best of it and getting through it, so he's better.
And just last one for me, some suggestions of US interest in Matt Crooks. Is there anything you can say on that in terms of whether it's right or not? And also, I mean, would you want to lose him? Presumably not.
No, I can give you the latest. Crooks is going to travel over to America in the next day or two. So it's one of those things. I said it's similar to when Morgan came up. I think every situation is different and we treat it different. And for this one, for Matt and his family, it's an opportunity that kind of he wanted to explore, and it's almost too big for him to look out to turn down. So. We respected that. It is what it is, and at this moment in time it's not done, so whether it gets done or not, it's not, but he is travelling over there to have a medical and to see what comes of it.
I respect the fact that obviously it's a massive opportunity for him, and obviously you didn't feel he would stand in his way, but are you confident that if that goes through, you've got enough options? Because obviously, attack's been a talking point all season, really.
Yeah, I think we've got options. I think we've got really good options. I think Riley and Sammy coming back in around it, Manu getting fit again in the not too distant future. I think we've got good options. I think Hayden played well as a 10 in the weekend, and I think we're flexible across the front line, and we're creating chances. We look dangerous. I've got a lot of faith in the boys, whoever plays. So listen, it is what it is. We want to be as strong as we can. We want to be as powerful as we can. We want to be as dangerous as we can. And but I do feel with the players we have, we've got a good balance.